So I know it's been a while, so I just want to make sure I go through what we need to do to solve for this problem. So it asks us to find the 6 trigonometric functions. That means we need to find our sine of theta, cosine of theta, tan of theta, cosecant of theta, secant of theta, and cotangent of theta. Then the next thing we need to remember is, well, what is even a triangle? How do those work with the triangle? Well, remember, if we're given an angle theta, and that's a horrible, ugly triangle, I'm sorry, but if we're given an angle theta, and it's a right triangle, then we know that the side that is opposite of your right triangle, which we call the hypothenuse, it's also the longest leg of the triangle. The side that is opposite of your theta is what we call the opposite side. And the side that connects your angle with your 90-degree angle is what we call your adjacent. All right? Now the next thing is, if we look at this, we don't know what this side length is, do we? All right? So therefore, since it's a right triangle, we can use good old Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So remember, it's leg squared plus leg squared equals your hypotenuse squared. So I'll just call this b for right now. So 41 squared is 1681 equals 81 plus b squared minus 81 equals 1600. So therefore we have 40. All right. So therefore we know that this theta is going to be adjacent, hypotenuse, and opposite, correct? All right. So then we need to understand, well, how do we know what to write for our triangles? Well, if you remember, we talked about SOHCAHTOA. All right? And all SOHCAHTOA tells you is how to represent each one of these trig functions, what they actually, what is the ratio with each trig function. So sine, we said, was your opposite over your hypotenuse. So when I look at this problem, I say, all right, the opposite of my theta is 9 over my hypotenuse, which is 41. So for this triangle, sine would be 9 over 41. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite, adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite over adjacent. So you take 9 over 40. Does everybody have any questions with that? Those are your main 3. Then what we have to remember is our cosecant. Our trig functions tell us sine is the same thing as 1 over cosecant of theta. And pretty much what that means, it's a reciprocal. Or, I'm sorry, let me put it this way. Cosecant of theta is 1 over sine of theta. So if I have 1 over sine of theta, that'd be 1 over 9 divided by 41. Well, to get rid of that, I have to multiply by the reciprocal on the top and the bottom. That's going to cancel to 1, and I'm just left with 41 over 9. Telling me that cosecant is just the reciprocal of sine. So my cosecant of theta is 41 over 9. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So I'm just going to take whatever cosine is, and I'm going to reciprocate it. So that one is 41 over 40. And the cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. So that's going to be 40 over 9. Make sense of remembering what your sine, cosine, and tangent?